In this video, you create a custom furniture tag that reports on the desk's length, width, and material finishes. The tag will reference the same shared parameters used to create the desk. If a new desk type is created, the tag would automatically report on the actual dimensions and finishes. Traditionally, a tag would normally be created from the type name, which relies on the user manually typing the sizes and finishes. This process would increase your accuracy and efficiency when detailing in your project. I've already got the tagging project open. In this particular project, you can see that we have several rooms created, and 2 of these rooms are populated with desks. Our task here is to create some tags to report on the desk's length, the width, and the actual material finish. To begin, we'll first create a new tag family. To do this, we'll select the File ribbon, and then we'll move over New, and from the cascading menu, we'll select Family. In the New Family Select Template File dialog, we'll open the Annotations folder. Here we have several Revit Family template files relating to the creation of annotation elements. In our example, we'll use generic tag.rft. We'll then select Open. In this particular template, you can see that we have 2 reference planes. Both of these reference planes will define the origin of our family. Essentially, this will be the insertion point of our tag. We also have a red text note in here just to remind us to set the correct family category. We can now delete that text note. Let's now set the correct family and category. On the Modify ribbon in the Properties panel, we'll go ahead and select Family Category and Parameters. You'll see here that the current category is set to Generic Model Tags. We'll select Furniture Tags. Also here you can see that we have some family parameters, and one of these we can check is Rotate with Component. This will ensure that the tag stays aligned to our desk. Let's check that, and we'll click OK. We'll now create a label. To do this, we'll select the Create ribbon, and on the text panel, we'll select Label. In the Properties palette in the Type selector, you can see that we have our current tag label. Of course, we could click on Edit Type, and we could either amend this or generate some new types if required. In this example, we'll use the generic tag label. We'll position the tag as close as we can to the origin planes. We're now presented with the Edit Label dialog. On the left-hand side, you can see that we have our parameters relating to the furniture category. These are built-in parameters. However, we want to access our shared parameters. So in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see that we can add a new parameter. In the Parameter Properties dialog, we need to select our shared parameter file. In the Edit Shared Parameter dialog, let's click on Browse and we'll navigate to our shared parameter file. Of course, the shared parameter file is simply a text file. You can see here that we have desks.txt. Let's select this and select Open. In the Edit Shared Parameter dialog box, you'll now see our shared parameters displayed in the dialog. We'll click OK. Let's begin by selecting Desk Length, and we'll click OK to the Shared Parameter dialog. In the Parameter Properties dialog, you can now see that all of the values are read-only because these are of course defined within our shared parameter file. We'll select OK. You'll now notice that we have desk length available. We'll now add the last 2 parameters, so we'll click on Add Parameter. In the Parameter Properties dialog, we'll click on Select, and we'll select Desk Width from the shared parameter file. We'll click OK, and OK again to the Parameter Properties dialog. And we'll repeat that one last time for the material. And here we're going to use Frame Finish, and we'll select OK. Again, we'll select OK to the Parameter Properties dialog. We can now utilize these in the Label Parameters area of the dialog box. Let's begin by selecting Desk Length, and then we'll actually add the label by selecting this Add Parameter icon here. We'll then select Desk Width, and again add that across. And finally, we'll select the Frame Finish, and again add that across. So you'll see in the Spaces column, Revit is actually adding spaces into each of our parameters that we've just added in. We're going to remove these, so we'll set both of these to 0. You'll notice we have the capability of adding a prefix, adjusting the sample value, and also creating a suffix. Let's begin by changing the sample values. For the desk length, I'm going to use a sample value of 5 feet and 6 inches. For the desk width, we'll add in 3 feet and 2 inches. And finally, for the frame finish, we'll add in white paint. What we want to happen here is we want desk length and desk width to be on the same line, and we want to separate it with an X, so we'll have length times width. To do this, we can go into our suffix column in the first row, which is desk length. We'll press the space bar, we'll then type in X, and then press the space bar again. However, the frame finish we want on a separate line, so I'm going to check the break option on desk width, and this will force the frame finish to go onto a new line. Of course, we can check our formatting by selecting OK to the Edit Label dialog. If we now zoom in here, we can clearly see that we have the correct formatting. This is the advantage of changing those sample values. We can actually understand what we're going to get in our actual tag. Okay, let's press Escape twice, and we're now ready to save our tag. On the Quick Access toolbar, let's select Save, and for the file name, we'll simply type in desk tag. We'll then click Save. We'll now close down our tag family. And of course, we're now back into our project. To manage the tags, we'll select the Annotate ribbon, and in the Tag panel drop-down, we'll go ahead and select Loaded Tags and Symbols. In the Loaded Tags and Symbols dialog, we can actually search for our category name. So let's type in Furniture, and now we can see that currently there are no loaded tags. Of course, we can click on Load Family, and this will actually load in some additional tags. In the Load Family dialog, we'll select Desk Tag and click Open. You can now see that the desk tag has now been assigned to the furniture category. We'll go ahead and select OK. And now we'll automatically place our tags on each desk. To do this, on the Annotate ribbon, in the Tag panel, we'll select Tag All. We'll then go ahead and check the Furniture Tags category and click OK. We'll now notice that Revit has applied the tag to each desk and orientated the tag in accordance with the rotation of the actual desks. To test the functionality of our shared parameter, we'll edit one of these desks. So I'm going to select this desk here. In the Properties palette, I'll go ahead and select Edit Type. I'll duplicate Type 2, and you can now see we've got a default name of Type 5. That's fine, we'll click OK. But what we'll do here is we'll update the desk width to 3 feet and 2 inches. And we'll also change the frame finish. So again, we'll select the material. We'll click the button with the 3 ellipses, and this will take us into the materials browser. Let's change our material to steel chrome plated, and we'll go ahead and select OK. We'll click OK again to the Type Properties dialog, and we can now very clearly see that our tag has updated to reflect this custom desk that we've generated. So you can now see how important shared parameters are and how we can utilize tags to ensure that we're always getting the correct information tagged onto our model.